One question for Kevin or Lisa. The minutes, I don't think we got them for this month. So, yeah. So should we just jump over it and approve them at the December meeting as such? Is that all right? Okay, good. All right. So see a lot of familiar faces here tonight, but just for the new people, just to let you know, these meetings are televised live. So when you approach the podium, please tell us who you are, the business you represent. You can lay out your plans at the table next to the podium. So our first application tonight is DRB 2024-60, the application of Bliss Nails at 209 East Lancaster Avenue for wall signage and window signage. Sir? So just as a point of reference, this business is in the old Tarani Rug Company location on East Lancaster Avenue.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask you change the turn because he hit the late about 5-10 minutes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, no problem at all.
Yeah, all right. Thank
Okay.
you, sir. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll pick that one up in a few minutes, and we'll jump over to DRB 2024-61, the application of Privy Salon at 163 West Lancaster Avenue for wall signage and gooseneck lighting. Hello there.
Hello there.
How are you?
I am great, thank you.
Good.
Stacy Ballard with Eda Enterprises. We're the owner of the building. And we are renting the space that was the Trex. I don't know if you can see that. That's what it looks like now. That was the Trex store to the Privé Salon, which is right next door, so they're expanding. And basically what they would like to do is mimic their existing sign, which is on the left there, across the face of both stores. And it's funny, we were talking about it at the office, and it's almost as if they could repurpose those letters, they could almost repurpose those letters. So really, it's the same. Just centering it, yep. And creating that white band.
Yeah.
Across the whole?
It'll be across the front. So this is the picture of what it looks like without the tree.
Without the tree.
But it will have the same.
I got it.
Yes, it'll have the same gooseneck lights. It'll have very much the same look. And it is under construction now, and they are going to be replacing I believe the front windows, but they're not making changes to that. That'll look the same.
So Stacy, is it going to be two independent stores
It will not. It'll be one large salon.
with one single address?
It actually has two addresses because of the way the utilities are run there. They're all separately metered and everything, but obviously they will probably operate under their existing address.
Okay. So, well, the concern is, I mean, it looks great, and I can
Sure.
see why you did that white band end to end.
The nice thing about the white band is it's easily removable. So if Privé Salon shrinks or no longer existed or moved, it could be made into two stores again.
Yeah.
Same with the interior construction. It's really just some door openings that go between the two spots, so it's not one giant space.
Right.
Concerned for fire?
The
It's
concern is
sprinklered.
Square footage, because when we calculate the signs, we usually calculate the whole backboard as such,
Yes.
and certainly it'd be exceeded, the allotted amount there.
I guess so. I don't know how the other sign would have been approved then, because
Well,
you're,
Mr. Chairman,
You-
the
yeah.
background would not count in this, just a rectangle around the letters. And Stacy, one of the
Okay.
things that I think
Great.
it's still compliant, but they calculated 3 separate areas of the sign. It's one rectangle around the entire group of lettering.
yes.
So I still think you're compliant. So, Board, I would ask if you're inclined to make a recommendation, it'd be subject to them submitting revised sign calculations.
Okay.
We can do
I
that.
think it looks good having the board back there. I can tell you, Stacy, and you maybe remember, when, I guess before the salon went in there and the sign was down, there's Renmin's. I think it was probably the very first tenant in that building, and it's a painted wall sign.
Yes,
Yeah, it was a men's clothing store, I think.
yes.
Yeah. So-
Yes,
Which one?
On the left.
on the left-hand side.
Yeah. And I was kind of curious when the Trek sign came down if there was a painted sign on that.
And there-
but,
there
no,
wasn't. No.
So that painted sign probably goes back to around 1950, right?
I bet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it looks great the way you've
Okay.
done it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even really considering the balance
Yeah.
of the overall signage.
Okay. Yeah. we
Yeah, I
just-
wasn't either.
Yeah,
Right.
it's more aesthetics to the building at that point.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
a ribbon board, if you will.
So
Should
the
they- Should they leave both addresses, one on one door and one on the other?
yeah, I think you should.
I'm sorry, how do you want,
You should have both addresses on.
we can do that.
Yeah, on the doors or
Okay.
wherever. So
Do you want it on the door or do you want it on the sign band?
Not the sign.
It doesn't matter.
No, the door's fine.
On the door?
or
Okay.
the awning or
Yeah.
face of the awning.
Okay.
You're going to replace the awning on the Trek store? That'll be the same.
No, it'll be the same.
Same. Okay. All right. And how about the goosenecks then? You're going to change?
I think, I need to find out if the goosenecks are operating. They may need to be replaced.
Okay.
But they would be replaced with the same of what is at
Okay.
Privé.
Same location and
Yes.
everything? Okay.
Because
That's gonna
they're
look nice.
included in the package.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was in the event they needed to be replaced.
Mhm.
Okay, so same awning. Stacy, just a little bit about the materials on the sign? Can you try to-
Sure. If you, sorry, I gotta grab this. So they're a dimensional letter, and it is an aluminum base, and it's actually like a routed, and it is painted black. So there is some dimension to
Okay.
to those letters, yes.
No, it's a nice, clean look. Yeah.
It's very classic, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. Just, be careful whoever does your sign to do, just drill screws through it. It
Yes.
should be hidden fasteners and everything.
Exactly.
You know the drill.
Yes, no, and that's actually what the other sign is, and I think it's the same company that's installing it, so.
Okay. Guys, what else? What do we have?
I think that's it.
Looks good? You're happy with it,
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Colin?
The only thing I'm noticing
Thought was-
is that the lights are at different elevations. So will that be problematic with your new band?
Yeah, so when I'm looking at that, it looks like the light is actually a different light above the Trek store. No, if they're going to change that, they may have to move it up onto that top band. So if anything, it's getting moved up probably 4 or 5 inches,
Okay.
but it would not change the location.
All right, good. Nice. Anything else, Colin? No? And you're good, Jane? Okay. Stacy, anything for the board that we should
That's
know
all I
about?
got.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Want to take this one?
Sure. The matter of DRB 2024-61, what is the exact pronunciation of this?
Privé.
Privé Salon, 163 West Lancaster Avenue, for the approval of one new wall sign and new gooseneck lighting where required. Motion for approval?
Okay, do we hear a
I
second?
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
And I'll
Thanks.
make sure that you get the corrected square footage for the application. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you, Stacy. Okay, next, DRB 2024-62, the application of PI Kitchen and Bath at 375 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a wall sign.
Hello,
Hello there.
I'm Lou Silverblank, owner of Fast Signs, and I am representing Pie Kitchen and Bath. They are located in a strip mall right by the farmer's market. They are requesting to have, the storefront is 18 feet. Because it's in a strip mall, they're allowed 60 square feet of signage. We're way under that. It's just going to be your standard facelit channel letters. The letters for kitchen, bath, and shop will have the day-night vinyl, so it'll appear black during the day and white at night. There are all the details on the construction of these channel letters, and it's pretty straightforward, I think. They will be raceway mounted, incidentally.
This is the current bird supply store?
No, it's been Pie Kitchen and Bath for months, but they came to me for a quote. I think it was last March,
Wow.
and they've had
Myself, yeah.
they've had an interesting time just making a decision. So they finally made a decision, and here we are.
Okay. So I see a couple comments here. That the sign is 22 feet from grade, but it looks like.
Yes, and I discussed that with, actually, I emailed Kevin.
Yes.
And I did point that out because there's nothing we can do about
Sure.
that. The sign band is where it is, and all the other stores have
Exactly,
signs at
yeah.
that height.
So you'll center it right in the middle.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
I guess with all the other stores, you'll be consistent with
Mm-hmm.
the other signs. Okay, good. And how about patching up the facade?
Oh, yeah,
That-
yeah,
That'll all be done and.
yeah.
Okay. The sign itself then, it's on a raceway, it looks like?
Yeah, mhm.
Okay,
I think it's 2 raceways,
okay.
but they'll match the facade.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Sherwin-Williams code for
Okay.
that.
What do you guys feel about this?
I'm just questioning
Okay.
the need for endless ideas.
It's their branding.
Is it part of their legal business name?
I don't know.
It's more of a descriptive, which aren't typically allowed
Yeah.
on the signs.
Okay,
That would be something that we'd ask to be removed.
okay. Can we check if it is part of their corporate identity?
If it's part of their legal business name, it
Okay.
could be allowed.
Okay, very good.
People have changed their business names in the past to accommodate their sign preference.
Sure,
So, but that would be a reapplication.
okay. One additional thing, I just got this. The customer is hoping to make it slightly larger. We have a tremendous amount of, we're way under our allowed signage. It'd probably increase it by 10%. Do I need a separate application for that?
Kevin? What do you
If
feel?
they're changing what they're proposing in front of you, then yes.
Okay,
Okay, I would like to get this going,
so right now you're allowed 60 square
Right.
feet of footage, so you're
Yeah.
well under.
Yeah,
Well, Mr. Chairman, the other thing, like I mentioned in the previous application, is we need a rectangle around the entire sign area, not starting to parse out the individual.
well,
components of the sign.
I gave you that on this, on this document. The entire sign is 136 wide, and
I didn't see a height overall. height
it's
for that.
it's actually over here. It's 28 high, or 28 and a half high.
I don't
so-
see the 28, I see a
It's-
26 and a half, but that doesn't include the top of the circle of the pie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you're still compliant, but
Yeah,
we still need to get that clarified.
for the building permit or for the DRB?
I think part of the DRB application, it wouldn't, if the board grants you approval tonight, it'd just be a condition that you submit revised calculations
Okay,
for compliance.
yep.
So we're looking at kitchen and bath 13 and a half, or a little under 13 and a half inch
Yep.
letters. I mean, how do you guys feel? I mean, it does sit back off the highway a little bit, so.
I think it's fine the way it is.
I
I
mean,
don't think there's a need to make it any larger,
Yeah.
but that,
I agree with you, but
yeah, I think, it'll-
business owners are,
yeah. I mean, it's going to have a lot of pop with the,
yeah,
channel letters, and fits very nice, I think, within the box there. I mean, if you look at the neighbors, it looks like there's ample room on each side,
Agreed.
right? From the brick to where the signs start. I would tend to say you know, if they're agreeable, let's keep it the same size.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
have to submit calculations.
And I will
Yeah.
submit the the correct,
Okay.
complete
Yeah,
calculations.
Township records, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. And then we're going to look into the endless ideas.
yes.
Okay. So that endless idea, is that going to be, how is that going to be fabricated?
That's a logo box because the letters are so small that you can't make a channel letter that big.
Right.
Or
So
that
at
small.
nighttime, is that going to show up black with white lettering?
It
It should.
it will,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
So white with black lettering at night or black with white lettering?
Well, at nighttime, the background should be black.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
and only the letters
Yep.
illuminated.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
Okay.
If it's within their corporate name.
Yes.
Okay. And I think the logo could certainly stay white in the back. That's their logo, so. Okay. All right. What else, guys? Jane?
I think we're okay, because basically, we're going to motion to approve the sign as it is.
Yes.
But they have to submit the new calculations to the township records.
Mhm.
And you will have to check with their property owners about the endless ideas. And then if it's part of their legal name, it's permitted. If it's not, you'll have to resubmit this for a sign without it.
Okay.
Or can we approve it like
I
it's a?
think we could probably approve it with, yeah.
Yeah, they would just eliminate that from
Okay.
Right.
the thing, so that would be fine. They wouldn't need to
Okay.
come back for that.
Okay.
Did they have any signage up there right now?
No, they have a
They have
banner.
no signage.
They have a banner inside,
Okay.
which is, like I said, they've been open for months.
Yeah, they need something. then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so let's see if we can move it along for
Yeah.
them, so. Okay, good. All right, guys, what else? That's it? Colin, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Any questions for the board, Mr. Silverblank? Or you're good?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Thank you.
Okay. Jane, you want to take this one?
Okay. For DRB 2024-62, PI Kitchen and Bath, 375 West Lancaster Avenue, one wall sign. I move for the wall sign as is, but the owner will have to submit revised calculations for the township records. If Endless Ideas is not part of their legal name, it will have to be removed.
Okay, do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful holiday.
Thanks, you too, sir. Okay. All right, next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2024-63, the application of Triple Crown Restaurant at 579 East Lancaster Avenue for wall signage. Hey, Joe.
Good evening, all.
Hiya. So, Joe, it sounds like you want to walk us through a little bit of the facade change also, correct?
Excuse me?
You're going to walk us through the facade change also?
No.
Just so I can get-
That'll be next meeting,
You just want to do the signage tonight?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that,
You can discuss it, but the board, as we discussed earlier, cannot vote on that since it wasn't listed on the agenda.
okay, so it's your call.
I can do that, yes.
Okay.
I was just
Okay.
thinking I wasn't. Well, in the upper left, you have the facade that I presented you when we did the Radnor Hotel facade that's in process now and I think is turning out pretty well. And what was kind of still in limbo was the restaurant facade. So that's what I'm kind of presenting to you tonight. And just to give you an idea, you kind of lose perspective of where this is. It's set back pretty far from Lancaster Avenue. And I gave you two pictures that show you from the east and west as you approach this property. You don't see what we're talking about, so it's pretty far set back, just to give you an idea. But for the facade, you can see where they want to paint it primarily black. That's storefront with some gold trim. The doors are green. You do have a half-round awning protecting the doors that comes out, and then the signage above. So you do have elements of the black that were put into the facade, like our window frames are black, so it ties a little, but it's still separate. And triple crown there that you have for the signage is going to be a halo lit channel letter. So it'll light out the back. They're individually mounted. There's no raceway. They'll be mounted separately. The crown is also illuminated. So that'll be the signage for the restaurant portion of the changes going on here. There's some tile to the side of the triple crown, and then just a kind of a trim band at the top.
Okay, so Joe, the background behind the triple crown will be black, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be kind of framed out with like a bull nose.
Will
Right.
that be the tile or painted?
The tile is the white right to the sides of it.
And it is white?
Yeah, the tile is white and the grout's going to be black.
Okay. And those are new windows on either side of the doors?
Correct. And it looks like it is clear glass, but I think it appears like it's frosted, but it'll just be clear glass
They're
into the
aluminum
restaurant.
frames? Aluminum
Yes.
frames?
Correct.
And gold in color?
The gold will be a trim applied. I'm not exactly sure what material that'll be out of, if it's manufactured by them, but it'll be painted gold.
Okay.
And the green doors are also aluminum?
Yes.
So how do you guys feel?
There's two doors in the center, and then there are panels on the side.
What do you think you're pondering there?
No, I was just looking for any lighting.
Right now, there's no lighting. The thought is,
Okay.
our entrance to the hotel is pretty bright right now, the parking lot, and then with the light inside, it'll pass out. You can walk by here fine now with the parking lot lighting that kind of shines around. But right now, I would think that would be something to be added later if it was necessary, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
So the lights on either side of the door in that photo are gone? Will be gone?
Yes. That was just kind of the restaurant rendering was kind of a holding place as we did the hotel renovation
Right.
in the presentation at that point.
Okay.
And it's also tile on either side of the doors? Tile too?
Yes. It kind of makes it look like a column, I guess, is what they're.
Yeah, I think a
they're going
nice
for.
linear light might look good there, but it's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I think it's something they'll, maybe as they're going, but
Yeah.
as you walk the property now, there's no lighting. It's kind of closed up right now, and you can still see fine. There's sufficient foot candles, I guess, for the parking lot there. And I think they want
The
that to
black
pop.
facade might have a negative impact on your lighting, possibly.
Yeah.
Just making a suggestion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you'll be back to visit with us again next
Yep,
month, so.
yes.
Yeah.
To just finalize, and I'll ask them since I'll be back anyway, to make
Okay.
sure.
Will you be
As-
refreshing the landscaping? Some of the shrubs appear to be overgrown.
I'm sure I think we were more in the construction mode at this point in time, and then get back to that, yes.
Because this board also looks at landscaping.
I don't think we have changes going on with the work going on there with shade tree coming in, but that's already there. But we don't have any specific, but I'm sure we'll take a look at everything.
So
Shade
maybe-
tree only counts trees.
Yeah,
So maybe
They
come
don't do
spring,
landscaping.
if you guys do
that'll be something.
Yeah,
We're
stop.
kind of in the middle of, there's not much events going on right now, so it'll be something to kind of tackle at that point in time and see what makes sense.
all right. Well, stop back and see us if you
Yeah.
do a major landscape plan and.
I don't know if I need to go over I kind of explained what the letters look like of the gold, so I wasn't sure if there's any questions on that, but
Well, you're good.
I think
Height
it's,
from grades 14 feet, so you're good there, and
and it's a total of about 46 square
Yeah.
feet.
you're good.
Boxed.
Yeah. Halo channel letters, 15-inch letters, which should be hopefully visible from Route 30.
But at least for the property, it's a pretty large property.
Sure.
We're about 7 acres.
Okay. And the crown's over 17 inches, which is fine. And
Yes.
yeah, I think it'll look good.
Well, I think it's important for their monument sign for Lancaster Avenue.
They'll be coming in again also.
That's the important sign if you want
Right.
people to, on
Yes.
Lancaster Avenue to see that there's a restaurant there.
There'll be
You don't
changes.
already know there's a restaurant there. But most of us know there's a restaurant there.
All right, good.
One
Joe?
more question.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing two different colored tiles on your finish schedule. Are they both just a different white?
I believe so, but I'll confirm that also.
Just curious.
But that's what I was told about.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I thought the black was a tile, by the way that arrow was pointing. But it's not.
Well, you don't see, and there's also little raised panels. It's very hard to see, but there's a raised panel below all the windows.
You good?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, looks
Jane?
great.
Jane, you're
I think
good?
it's good looking. I think
Okay.
it's good looking.
All right. Joe, any other comments for the board, questions? So we'll see you back next month. If you have revised plans, we need them in the office by November 20th, so it doesn't give you a lot of time.
Yep.
And to get you on the agenda for December 11th,
No, we can do that.
okay? So you're gonna have to work quick if there's any changes, so, all right? So we'll ask
Keep
Colin
this.
to make an approval on the signage and continuation on the
Facade,
on the facade, yeah.
which has a different DRB number regardless, so I'm not even going to mention it.
It's your call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the matter of DRB 2024-63, Triple Crown Restaurant, 579 East Lancaster Avenue. Motion to approve new facade renovations and one wall sign.
Well, we can't approve the facade renovations.
Well, I'm considering some of these facade renovations to the restaurant.
Well, it's not,
So, yeah, unfortunately, we did not list the facade renovation
Oh,
on
so we're
the
just
agenda.
approving the
It's
sign.
just the
yeah,
sign.
just a sign.
So I'll revise the motion in the matter of DRB 2024-63, Triple Crown Restaurant. Motion to approve one new wall sign.
I second the
Okay.
new wall sign.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
great. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Colin.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
So they're gonna come back with the same facade.
pretty much, yeah.
And
That's
any
kind of
potential
intro.
changes to it well.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll know better next month, maybe, yeah. Okay, we're going to jump back to our first applicant tonight, which is DRB 2024-60, the application of Bliss Nails at 209 East Lancaster Avenue for wall signage and window signage. Hello there.
Good evening, how are you?
Good.
I would like to propose a wall sign for
Okay.
a Bliss Nails salon.
Okay.
I don't know how this works.
You can put it right there on the table, yes, that's fine, thank you.
So as you can see here, here's the rendering of the sign on the existing building. The measurement of the sign is 2 feet tall by 10 feet wide, and it's no electric, none illumination. And then the backboard of the sign is going to be all 60 aluminum backboard with the 3/4 inch gold PVC letter will be mounted on that backboard. And on the windows, we wanted to propose the window decal. One on the left side is the gift certificate and waxing, and on the right side of the window, it's going to be a manicure and pedicure. Will be window decal, and with that measurement is less than 20% of the glass area.
Great, good. Okay. The goosenecks that you have on the building, they work?
I have
You're gonna find out.
yeah, I agree because it's been there, it's on there, and
Okay.
then I think that question should be for tenant, the landlord. I'm the contractors
Okay.
for the signs.
I mean, it'd be nice to get a little light on the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it works. I'm sorry?
You're not painting the building?
No.
Okay. All right. So the height from grade is 14 feet, so they're well within their boundaries there. Their window decals are well within the 20% rule, so they're fine
And the
there.
address is on the door, so.
Address is on the door.
The
It's
only-
pretty simple. you
Yeah,
know.
and it's very simple. The only thing, I can't, maybe it's still there. Notice how there's the old surrounding tile there? Is
Yeah.
there one there?
I would think there would be.
Might be
Yeah.
painted
There would
over
be
by
one.
accident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I would bet it's there. Yeah.
It would look nice if they were both there.
Right. I think it's got to be. Yeah.
They're talking about the tile over one of the doors that,
Oh.
it would be nice if they were on both doors. I hope they are.
Yeah.
Now, so I know those parking spots are yours. Are you going to put signs up, no parking signs, or? Like,
You want to come up here?
Yeah.
So my name is Steve, representing Police Neo.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have any there for parking sign.
Right.
Yeah, we're not going to put any.
No parking signs
no
planned.
sign,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Good. It'll look a lot cleaner without them
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
so.
yeah,
okay.
definitely, yeah.
All right. And there's a pole sign there without a sign, and you don't intend to put anything on
No,
that?
no, not.
Okay.
No, nothing.
So someday if you
No,
do,
no,
you
never.
have to come back?
Yeah, never, yeah, we don't need
Okay.
it, yeah.
All right, good. And I know a lot of stores in town, and I don't know if you had them at your other store, they have the A-frame, like tent signs out front?
No.
They're not allowed?
No, we don't do
Okay,
it.
all right, good.
Clean, make the cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else, guys? You like the plan? It's pretty simple. Yeah, aluminum sign. Just make sure when you're installing it, just don't put screws through it. They have to be hidden,
Sure.
all the fasteners.
Sure.
So I want a nice, clean look, all right? Okay, good.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
On that pole sign, if they're not going to utilize it, that should be removed.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
And I think that one is should be up to the landlord if he want to do something to that. But as he's just a tenant
Yes.
and I'm contractor, so we don't know anything about
Right.
the pole sign.
Would the owners of the property be contacted
We
about
can
the
reach out
removal?
to the owners of the property, let them know that that will need to be removed.
Okay, great, good. Super, all right. Any other questions for the board? You guys are good?
Yeah, it's good.
I hope we
Okay.
get approved.
Okay, all right, and I'm trying to think, Jane, is this yours?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. For DRB 2024-60 Bliss Nails, 209 East Lancaster Avenue for one wall sign and window vinyl signs. I move for approval, and Kevin will contact the owner of the property to remove a pole that used to have a pole sign on.
Thank you, appreciate it.
all right, do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. and
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good
luck
night,
with the new
thank you.
location. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a mess. Okay, next we have DRB 2024-64, the application of Radwin Apartments at 275 South Bryn Mawr Avenue for a new pool house. Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Hi,
Eric Hafer. I am the architect for Radwin Apartments, Kaiserman Company Management for the apartments as well. We're proposing to...
You know what, it might be easier for you, I'll give you a handheld, so, looks like you got a lot of plans there and all, so,
Thank you.
okay.
Okay. So once again, I'm Eric Hafer, architect for Radwin Apartments and the Kaiserman Management Company. We are proposing to replace the existing pool house. The current pool house is caving in from ground pressure about halfway up on the back of the building where the dirt was put up against it about 60 years ago. And the building is in bad condition, so we're going to replace it with something new and beautiful.
Good.
So this is in the very middle of the complex, not visible from any public area whatsoever, only from about 4 of the buildings. So we can't see it from the road or the street. It's only visible from the people who visit the pool, the playground, or the apartments themselves. The existing conditions, this is the front of the existing building. It had a bunch of garage doors for storing stuff in it. The side is just an old one-story brick building that is in very poor condition right now. Playground and grass up the top of the hill, and you can look into it. This is actually the second phase of the project. Last year, they replaced all of the concrete with some beautiful new pavers, and it really upped the look of the pool area itself. And this is phase 2, replacing the building itself. So what we're proposing to do is build a 2-story structure. The upper floor will have a place just to gather inside for about 40 or 50 people. The glass that you see on the front of the building will actually be rolling doors that will roll up so that during the summer it's open to the air and open to the pool. The back of the building, again, is synthetic stucco and cedar and glass windows. There will be a balcony with a glass rail across the front that they can sit out on the balcony and enjoy the pool. It's just adding another level of sophistication to the complex to basically up the quality of the experience for the people who live there. All right, this is the site plan, this is the pool, this is the area of the pool house. We are holding these lines of the foundation so that we're not increasing the impervious surface with the building. The building is pretty much just replacing what was there. We did pull it forward a little bit to better accommodate handicap bathrooms. The playground is up here. We are putting a piece of sidewalk in to get to the entrance. We want people to actually enter through the building as a security checkpoint. Again, these are the elevations. Like I had discussed before, stucco and wood. I have the samples here. Would you like to pass them around? Okay, this is cedar, tongue and groove cedar with a V groove for the wood. This is the metal roof. It's gray standing seam metal roof. And this would be the stucco. It's a synthetic stow product, so it'll hold up. The building, the very tippy top of the building is 26 feet above the pool deck, 22 feet in the back. Again, this is the existing area that was already done. The pavers were done last year. And here's where the building is going. This is just showing the grading plan. And the floor plan. So this allows us to expand the handicap bathrooms. Currently the bathrooms aren't accessible, so we're able to now make handicapped accessible bathrooms. This is the pool equipment area. There's an office for the lifeguards and staff, and then there'll be a family bathroom back here that the playground can use when the pool is closed, so that they would be able to access this area here to create an additional amenity for the children using the playground. On the upper level, there's going to be 2 restrooms. There is a lift to take a handicapped person from the ground level up to the 2nd floor. Just a sink, no kitchen or anything, and a counter, basically a work counter to do projects or, things for kids to entertain themselves.
It's nice.
Um,
So
That's,
getting back to the exterior, how about lighting? Is there much
There
change
is-
to lighting?
we only have lighting on the building at the doors and the entrances.
Okay.
The pool is not lit at night,
Okay.
and it's not going to be.
Any signage?
No.
Okay.
The only signage will be the handicap required bathroom signage.
And changes to landscaping?
Minor.
I think that they've added planting area.
There is some shrubs and stuff up here right now, overgrown and ugly, so they're going to re-landscape that once the building is done. They're putting some hydrangeas and some crepe myrtle and some boxwood in there.
Yeah,
Just,
they're putting in two of my favorite trees,
Yeah,
Tuscarora crepe myrtle and the Shawnee Brave bald cypress.
yeah. Landscape architect designed it as Beechwood Landscape. They did a
Nice.
beautiful
Two
job
great
with the
trees,
pool.
especially where you're putting them.
What else, guys? I'm going to actually turn to Kevin for a second. Kevin, any comments about the plan here?
Just two. I heard new lighting, but I didn't see anything. I was checking the plans, didn't see any specifications for the lighting. It is an interior feature to the property. Whether this board would like to see the light fixtures or not is at your discretion. But this also may require land development approval, so you'll need to check in with our engineering department.
So we've gone through that process, yes.
You've gone through land development approval?
Well, they're in the process of going through that. There's no real increase to impervious surface. We're basically replacing a building that was there. But yes, we have to regrade it so that there is a grading plan that was submitted. And-
Ultimately, that's something that the township engineer will review and opine
Yes.
about, but that
Okay.
it would be appropriate to have a condition that they coordinate with the township engineer for any potential land development approvals.
Okay. And Mr. Hafer, you mentioned there's no additional lighting.
There's no additional lighting.
Just what's
There's
on the
just-
building
Just
itself.
lighting on the just lighting at the exit doors,
Right. Okay.
yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Questions?
In my opinion is, it's interior to the site, so if this is what the client wants, then
Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, it's-
I think it looks better than what's there. And I think the
definitely.
landscaping is going to improve the whole area too.
Okay. Mr. Hafer, anything else we should be aware of on this plan?
No, I think it's pretty much straightforward.
Yeah, it looks terrific, so. Okay, good. All right, and Kevin, you're good with everything then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. All right, Colin, your turn.
matter of DRB 2024-64 Radwin Apartments, move to approve the demolition and new construction of new pool house with the condition that the applicant reviews the plan with township engineer and land development process.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, thanks again, sir. Appreciate it.
This is the removal of a garage.
Yeah. Okay, next is DRB 2024-65, the application at 147 Pennsylvania Avenue for a garage removal. Applicant's not here?
I don't see the applicant, so if we could table this till December, and we'll reach out to them.
Okay, so we're going to table 2024-65 till December. And our last application tonight is DRB 2024-66 at 601 Conestoga Road for building facade alterations and lighting. Hello there.
Hello, thank you very much
You
for
bet.
having me.
Good to see
Thanks for
you
your
again.
patience.
My name's Sean Lyons, and I'm the owner of 601 Conestoga Road. And I'm coming today to seek your approval or of what you believe or you like at this building, to add shutters, paint the building, install some lighting and repair some pre-existing conditions to some of the stucco on the walls on the outside. Providing a site plan here, which is going to be probably hard.
What are you guys doing right now? Busting up the sidewalks?
Yes, we're going to put in a new sidewalk there.
Is there actually much pedestrian traffic there? It's a tough
Well,
intersection.
not necessarily utilize as a sidewalk, more just for aesthetic and make it nicer and
Gotcha.
just to make it look little. I mean, it looks terrible. It's in terrible condition. It was in terrible condition. I mean, people definitely still drive on it, but we need to make it look nicer. It needs to look fresh and new.
Sure.
It just looks terrible, So right now we've torn it out and we're going to replace it with a new sidewalk.
Nice.
So this is what what the building looks like today, pretty much. The goal is to bring it back as best we can to what it once looked like, and the goal is to make either, as you can see, black windows, black doors, and white. We want to kind of stick with that. However, the thought would be to add shutters. I don't know if that shows well, but add shutters and potentially shutters and lighting. There is lighting in both above the doors now. However, we thought to make it a little nicer and add lighting such as, we thought of like the gas lantern lighting. We thought that was really cool. But then they obviously make ones that are electric as well. But we just really want to make it pop and make it look the way it once did. So the shutters, the goal for the shutters, and we're in the process of working with a couple different companies such as Timberlane, which is a pretty high-end shutter company, and they basically make them all custom, with all the hardware, and they really try to make it look like it once was. And I don't have them today, but we have a lot of historic pictures of this building, how it was a long, long time ago, and how the shutters were actually usable. And you can see the windows up top, and there's kind of different sizes of those windows. So it's really custom to the window. And it's very expensive to do. However, we feel that it's just going to really make the building look awesome. And so we're really trying to just make that front of the facade, add the shutters. Obviously, so our goal is also paint. This is not going to show well here, but that's Greek Villa, which is basically white. And the rest of the second part of the building, I'd call in the back rear, it has a different color to it right now. It's kind of like a creamy color. And it's just like two different completely looking colored buildings. So the goal is to also make that the same color. And then to try to mimic the back building, the doors to be black. The doors are white right now. So kind of just make everything look the same. The whole property be white and basically black, with shutters. And, if we can do gas, we would think that would be cool. We have to kind of like explore that further just because the building's so old, and adding that might just be problematic. However, we do have electric there, so the thought is to make a really neat looking lantern light on the exterior. That's that. Now in the back of the property, again, the property currently has, I don't know if that shows well, but it kind of like flower boxes. Right now the building has these P-TAC units that are like sitting in the window, kind of like they're like the old school hotel air conditioners. So they sit in in the back, there's like 6 of them, 3 on the bottom, 3 up top. So the thought was to put this nicer, like this is from Pottery Barn, it would cover that up, give it the separation, still have it reusable, and then put some new plants and, seasonally change those plants. And we thought that would be a nice fix to make it look a little nicer than what it does.
Bigger the planter box, the
It would be
easier to
covering
manage.
what?
There's a PTAC. It's let me pull a picture of it for you. I can show you this.
That wouldn't affect the mechanicals of that unit?
These are windows.
See this?
Yeah.
No, I think they're gonna affect.
On the bottom of that window,
Yeah.
and the top of the window. It's pretty ugly.
I don't think you can put a window.
I just
box.
don't know if you can block those for.
Yeah,
I don't
we were
think
going to
you
put
can.
this was an idea. This, if it doesn't, if we can't do it, we won't do it. But the goal was to kind of, maybe have some separation between that. All those windows in the bottom are, by the way, still operable. You can open them. So we were just trying to make it look nicer and put something in front of
I
it.
like the concept.
And if we had to get rid of those too, we would rid of those entirely. Let me just show you this back
I
here.
don't think
to show
putting
you
a
this.
window
This
box
is kind of
in
like
front
an
of it
idea, like if you just Googled, you know, type of, you know, the door, the window, the shutters.
Would the shutters be black?
The shutters would be black, yes. I mean, some of the hardware too probably would be black. I mean, we would really try to make it neat. We've done it on another project and it turned out fantastic. You know, I think it'd really be a great upgrade to the building, and as you can see, still the building needs a ton of work. You know, so this is actually in decent shape, some of the stucco, but there are some little patch places and areas that we want to probably get ahead of just to make sure there's no further issues. And then, by the way, the same with the there's like a wall that goes across that we would also paint that white.
When you were in before, we talked about a deck, I think, and.
We have the deck would be behind this whole wall here. And eventually, we're going to come back in here a couple more times for other things to get some access. So the deck was approved we approved the deck to give access to those back spaces. However, there's more work for me to do on my end to be able to even use some of that space. So we do have a plan to do the deck, but it might just be, you know, maybe 6 months or, you know, we thought the priority was the front facade and the street before we jumped into the physically doing the deck.
This was two different houses?
I don't remember that.
I mean, before our
Maybe.
time. Was it? Well, it might have been.
Do you remember the,
This is such an interesting building, as Kevin could attest. So I think the building on the left was from 1700s, and then the 1800s to the building on the right, in the front building that we're actually looking at. There's a really thick wall in the middle, and if you go into the basement, you can see this. And then, you know, and then the next behind this building was another addition, and then eventually they added another addition. So there was 3 different types of additions, possibly 4. We don't have as much data, but we're digging.
I don't think they never could use that addition.
We're not aware of any occupancy of this, which is
Yeah.
what is making this project challenging for Mr. Lyons to
I know
applaud
who
his
owned it.
efforts into bringing this back into a viable property, but we're working through that on the building code side.
We actually did find the plans, and we found the building plans for that addition. Do not know if they got a certificate of occupancy or whatever, but there were plans. You guys have plans here that had that building built.
What year was that?
I don't know. There was a garage back there at one point. So I guess when that garage, I think it might have actually burned down. And then in replacing the garage, they built this 2-story building. And so I did see the plans here. So they're there. It took a while to find them. But I don't know if you gave them I don't know if they got a certificate of occupancy for it. I mean, the ground floor space in the rear is broken up to 3 different units. They're all roughly 600-700 square feet per, all with back, front, and rear doors, bathrooms. So he built it as such. However, we don't have any data other than what it is that he didn't,
so
you
the
know.
previous ownership of that property, were they running a commercial operation out of there, or?
Yeah, his business was out of there, and he occupied the whole building.
It's zone commercial, right?
Yeah, it is zone commercial, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Terry knows the story.
Oh, okay.
It's been interesting, to say the least. So we try to get ahead of it, but it's been a work in progress. So we're just trying to putt along and do it the way we need to do it to get it occupied. There's a ton of interest in the space in the building.
Nice, yeah. So you're bringing it back to an old school look, basically, with the.
That's the goal. Yeah, and then we brought the shutters guy company came out and said, hey, where do you think we should put shutters? You know, instead of, and they were like, well, listen, you got to take the integrity of the building. The rear doesn't require shutters. You don't need to put shutters on the back. So, you know, this is the front of the building is really what we want to do. And then there are on this side of the building coming down Conestoga, there are 2 windows here, which I also would think would look nice with shutters because you would see it from Conestoga Road. But we would basically do all these windows here in the front and then 2 on the side. And then I would just paint it, and I would have as you can see, the painted windows and the doors are black. So we would want to have some separation to see, so you could see that it is actually a shutter. So it would go black, and then it would probably be a trim of white, and then it would be a black shutter again, so you could see that it's actually a functioning shutter. Although it won't technically function, we want to make it look like it would be functioning.
What do you guys think?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
yeah. No, it looks good.
Difficult corner.
It's a tough corner. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. All right. What else would you like to tell us about the project here?
Oh, I don't know. Here's my time. No, I'm just kidding. I don't, I mean, eventually we'll come back with signage and
Yeah.
the strategy for sign, we have more work to do in terms of the parking and the building. So, it's a very interesting, creative building. So we're trying to just figure out the right way. Oh, there is something actually. So dealing with the mail, which is insane here, just because they drop it off anywhere. And we talked with the post office, we're putting a cluster box on the space. So this mailbox here is really insufficient because of the way the building lays out. So they told us to put it right here against this wall. So there would be a mailbox system right here and get rid of this mailbox here. That was from the post office. They told me that's where it had to go. It couldn't go anywhere else. It couldn't go in the rear. It has to go on Conestoga. So in a perfect world, it would go in the rear and it would be in a spot, but that is where they told me I had to
And the
go.
whole parcel is just the one address?
Correct.
If they want it there?
Put it there.
Hey, but you
Just
can
like you're
fight
getting your
that.
mail, that's all.
Are there occupants now?
Post office.
Well,
is
we're working on a
charging
use and
$100.
occupancy permit for Vanner House, which is a boutique e-commerce type business that's, sells product online and things of that nature. We're working, I'm supposed to drop off my use and occupancy application today to Kevin, but we're right there. And then I occupy the building. I'm in the building as well. My real estate business is in the building.
All right, good. What else, guys? We're good? Kevin, anything else to add?
No, I think Mr. Lyons got his work out in front of him,
Okay.
as we've been discussing, but again, he's doing a great job trying to bring this back to a viable property, so.
Great, great, all right.
And you
We
recently
applaud you.
purchased it this year?
Correct, in April.
So we're approving shutters, paint color,
Color.
The lighting,
the lighting,
the mailbox?
which is may or may not happen, the lighting?
Well, the lighting,
It's definitely
we
not.
definitely want something like this.
Carriage
It's just a matter if it's gas or
Yeah, it's
electric, and I don't know what your guys' preference would be there. I mean, the gas is pretty neat. It's also pretty expensive.
Right.
So, but
doesn't
I would
throw
say
a lot
sa-
of
I would
light.
say save your money.
I would say save your money too.
you haven't met my wife. She might want it, yeah. But I like it. I think it's neat anyway, and I
Actually
think
gonna suggest maybe painting shutters on the building.
that's a good way. Well, the other thing I wanted to just see if this is these window boxes.
I can't approve those. I think they're not viable in front of an air conditioning unit.
Okay.
I mean, I like the look of them, I just don't know if they're allowed. guess
I
that
don't
would be
think
a-
they look right on this
code
old building.
Right.
Well, this is a bad example, by the way. There are large custom ones that are much larger. So it would 100% cover the front of that rectangle box. However, I don't know the distance it needs to be. I don't know the specifics of that.
It would require a building permit, I assume, right, Kevin? And that would have to be detailed?
And these boxes need drainage holes
Yep.
right down in front of your air conditioner.
I don't think a building permit would be needed, but obviously if there's impacts to the mechanical systems, that's something that would need to be explored further. If the board is not comfortable with them right now, it sounds like the applicant will be back in the future. Maybe between now and a subsequent visit, they can do a little bit more research on that and.
Yeah, right now, it just sounds like a concept, nothing real permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things aren't even actually permanent. They actually are like, they hang on hooks too. So, that you've seen them in other places, I'm sure, on second floors and things of that nature.
And you could consider a nice-looking grill in front of the air conditioning unit.
Yeah. I was just trying to cover the grill. And, it is what it is. That was just a concept and idea.
All right. Well, don't give up on it.
Yeah.
You're going to see us again, so. All right,
Shutters, lighting, and paint?
yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Sean?
Nope.
Matter of DRB 2024-66, 601 Conestoga Road. Motion to approve building facade alterations, including the addition of new shutters, painting the facade, and adding new lighting on the front facade.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And, okay, so we got through everything tonight. We have the one that we're going to continue, DRB 2024-65, Pennsylvania Avenue, garage demolition. Jane, you mentioned next month you will not be able to attend, so we'll reach out to Tim and Colin, and we'll make sure everybody can make it, so.
Perfect.
All right, so happy Thanksgiving, and
I can send my substitute.
we'll see you guys next month, hopefully.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.